motion. Let's keep these wheels in motion. In motion. You thought I did not know. Did you think I would let it go? Oh no. And in time, yes, I think it's absurd. But until then, you'll leave your words. But lay on, lay on. Now it's time to defend your lies. Lies you've been feeding me all this time. And will you reoffend? Oh darling, you say that you are innocent, but your words, they seem irrelevant, but still play on. Now it's time to defend your lies. Lies you've been feeding me all this time. And will you reoffend? Oh darling, oh you have reached your lover's end. No more will we make pretend like we something to fight for. Oh. We had nothing to fight for. We had nothing to fight for. We had nothing to fight for. We had nothing to fight for.
Good evening, race fans. Pirate here, and it is something very different back for 2024. GT Alphas returns with a brand new series, the International GT Challenge. 10 races over 10 weeks. Everyone is in the same car this time out, so no excuses. You can't blame car choice. You just have to get on with it. Everyone in the same car, and it's 10 different tracks, of course. Today, though, we are going to find out who is in which lobby. So placement test ensues, and we will... so I'm trying to answer questions at the same time. Hang on. Hold the line, caller. Hitcho just asked me a question, and I don't actually know the answer to that question. Give me 1 second. Hold on, Hitcho. I'm having a look, mate. No, you're a couple early, my friend. It's the next but one for him. Oh, very nearly started that race. Not what I wanted to do. An hour early. There we go. There we go, it's an hour early. Yeah, essentially what we're doing is we're running 6 qualifying lobbies. 25-minute qualifying. Every half hour we'll start a new qualifying. Everyone's checked into the one that they want to do, or decided which one they want to do. So they just jump in, get the 25 minutes done. There is the option, if they are really unhappy with their time, to come into a later session if there is room. But you risk ditching the work you've already done. So if you end up putting in a worse time in a second session, tough titty, my friend, tough titty. But there we go. So we've got about 6 minutes to go. This session, we will have, I think we've got 7 drivers ticked in for this session. Hardwire, Seb, Midas, Honky Kong, Kevin HK from HKRT, Pavlos, and Fubar Philantis. All in for this session, so this will be 7 drivers. I will try and update it in real time as much as possible. Obviously, you guys know that I can't multitask, but we'll see how it goes. There'll be long periods of silence while I type stuff, probably. But it's essentially going to be 3 hours of just qualifying. So, yeah, Hitcho's left the room now. He's coming back in an hour's time. He's booked in for the 8 to 8:30 session. I'm looking forward actually to the final session, because in that final session we've got some very, very quick drivers. A few of them have opted to leave it to the last minute and come in en masse, and it's actually going to be the biggest of the 6 lobbies. The reigning GT Alphas champion from the GT3 World Championship last year, that being of course Bonnie Val, in the 3rd session. So we'll see that. I think that is where we'll see the first. Obviously we've got Kevin in here, pretty quick. He'll lay down a gauntlet, I'm sure. The reigning champion will come in. He'll set time for us. Now I'm expecting, I don't think it's unreasonable to expect that the top lobbies are going to be in the 29s. I think certainly the mid 29s, maybe the low 30s, depending on the spread. But I wouldn't be surprised if there are 2 or 3 drivers with the pace that they've got that are able to get into the very high 128s. It's certainly doable, but we will see. We've got about 4 minutes before it all starts. Started coming, Kevin's in. Yeah, so that's it, really. Just waiting for the last few to jump in. Meanwhile, let's meet the teams.
Yeah, mate. Someone come and get me, because I'm dying and I need a minute. What? You gotta come and help me, because I'm bleeding out, bleeding out. What's my serotonin? The bitch is always moaning. I haven't felt good since 7 this morning. I need another hit, quick. I need another hit, quick. You make me feel sick. Maybe we should bring that bitch and get the curse. Quit your verse, and for the car in reverse. Hit the dirty rhythm, that shit quicker than my fucking herbs. one little piece of happiness is what I deserve. Feel better every day, feel better every day. Feel better with a champagne, gateway, cocaine, ketamine, migraine, just make it right. Ketamine, migraine, just make it right.
There you go. Now, for those eagle eyes of you, will notice that there were it said 8 teams, there were 7 teams featured in the videos. That's because one team didn't send me their livery, so there we go. I don't even know if they ticked him actually for the qualifying, because there might only be 7 teams in the end anyway. We will find out soon. Right, so we are... Who are we waiting on? Should we have a little look, see who we're waiting on?
Ow, Sizzle! Sizzle!
That's my daughter shouting at her dog. Seb's missing at the moment. We've got Hardwire, we've got Kevin, we've got Midas. I think I see him coming. Yeah, we've got Honky Kong. I can't see him either. We've got Fubar. So we've got 1, 2... Oh, here we go. Someone else coming now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So far, 6. Wait for 7 will be the final number. Grundlegrass is in the wrong one. I'm pretty sure he is... he's ticked in for a different session, but if he wants to do it here, he can. He's quite welcome. He's quite welcome to do this one if he so wishes. There is no frack. Yeah, I think he's ticked in late actually, but there we go. He can certainly do this session. He's among some quick drivers out there. We've got Kevin. We know super quick. We know that I think that Pavlo is quite quick as well. Midas is no slouch, but also Fubar and Hardwire, Hristo Bratvanov, also very, very good drivers. So it's going to be an interesting lobby. And I think we're going to see an idea of what it's going to take to get into Lobby 1. And of course I will try and update it as quickly as possible if I can. I should probably make sure that I've got all the screenshots and stuff that I need. Anyway, let's get them all ticks in and we can get cracking, can't we? Yeah, so it looks like Seb hasn't turned up, and it looks like Honky Kong hasn't turned up, but their loss, unfortunately. We do need to try and get cracking as quickly as possible because we've got a lot to get through. We've got 6 of these to do. So just waiting for Midas to tick in, and then we can get cracking. There we go. Right, good luck to everybody. I'm going to start qualifying now. I need to... Oh, I should probably do that so we can see what's going on. There we go. Right, so a couple of people didn't turn up for their session. If they do turn up later on and there's space, they can certainly do it. But they will find themselves in lobby number 2. So here we go. Everyone getting a good start out there. There's no weather conditions to worry about. There's no tyre wear. There's no fuel consumption. There's nothing that should get in the way of just doing super hot, quick laps around here. My prediction is we're going to see some sub 130 laps pretty early on. There's the HKRT boys. We have obviously revealed all the liveries, but we'll have a good look at them as they go around. So we've got 3 of those drivers from the Hellenic Knights racing team: Midas, Kevin, and Pavlov. There's Fubar, of course, racing for Black Flag. Hristo, he is a Black Flag racer, but he's put himself into the privateer this time for some strange reason. And Grundlegrass from Sin City Racing, from the United States. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. And see there, Midas letting his team principal through. Probably makes sense because Kevin is super quick. So it's going to be 25 minutes of qualifying, so they've got time to whack some laps in, maybe go back into the pits and chill out a bit, and then see where we go from there. We're keeping an eye on Discord and stuff as well, because obviously people are going to want to probably get in touch with me, and I've got a do not disturb on. So if I do go quiet, it's purely because I'm paying attention to what's going on. What I probably should have done was got a bit of help. I probably should have got someone else to run the lobby while I did the paperwork in the background. But it's what it is. Is what it is. Didn't keep my spreadsheet up, and what I'll do is I'll actually make a list of people that actually did show up. It'd be quite useful, wouldn't it? Insert. So we can tick them off. Actually, it might be easy just to change the colour, wouldn't it? So hardwire is in. So if I use the right keyboard, I've got two keyboards up here, you see. We will watch more than one person, I can guarantee you that. So we've got hardwire. We've got Midas, we've got Kevin, we've got Pavlos, we've got Fubar. They all showed up. We'll put them in as green. And we will add, because he's turned up in the wrong lobby, but he's here anyway. Grundlegrass. Or Frack. Frack. There we go. And he will go green as well. There we go. Awesome. So that's the first lobby underway. Right. We're about to see the first time on the board. It's going to be from Kevin 77. That's a 1:30.8. That's not a bad start. Not a bad start. He's good. It's red, so I think he may have. Oh no, he didn't have a problem there. So he currently has the fastest lap with that 1:30.8. Midas is about 6/10 off. Pavlos not too far behind, just a couple of tenths behind him. Hardwire is 1.8 off the top pace at the moment. Fubar 2.5 off that pace. And Grundlegrass going to cross the line, and he has done an unimpressive at the moment at 1:45.8. Plenty of time to go though. We're only 3 minutes into qualifying. It's 1 minute 45 a lap, so you should be able to get a good solid 10 hot laps in, even if you stop for a bit and have a rest and sort of regroup or whatever. There's no reason why you can't have 10 solid cracks at this. Maybe, well, more. If you continue, you can actually do more. But I'm thinking in terms of laps that you're happy to put your name to, shall we say. So the way it works this time out, so essentially we've got the 3 lobbies as we did for the GT3 World Championship. Slight difference though in how the lobbies are decided. So once we've completed this placement test, you're placed in the lobby for race number 1. It is then from that point onwards promotion and relegation. The top 3 in every lobby, apart from lobby 1 because we've got nowhere else to go, the top 3 in lobby 2 and lobby 3 are promoted up to the next lobby up, and the bottom 3 in lobby 1 and lobby 2 will be relegated down a lobby. The benefit, of course, of the higher lobbies is the bonus points you get. So everyone scores the same, 25 points for a win, etc., all the way through the order, but you get 25 additional bonus points for being in lobby 2 and 50 additional bonus points for being in lobby 1. So the ideal is that you are always going to be better off in the higher lobby. You know, there are some systems out there where you have like a sliding scale of points, and sometimes you're better off racing in one of the lower lobbies because you actually get more points for winning there. We've tried to do this so that there is always an incentive to move up the order, because you are guaranteed to get 25 points more for coming last in a higher lobby than you would for coming first in the lower one. That's how we want it to be. So we want to incentivize people to try and bust up through the ranking. Also, we're going to rank Pro-Am, but we're going to do that after race number 3. So we're going to give the drivers an opportunity. We're not going to base it just off qualifying time, because I don't think that is an accurate enough measure of a driver to say that whether they're a pro or a Pro-Am driver. What we're going to do is we're going to allow them to get through the first 3 races. Then we're going to look at where everybody is in terms of what position they're in. That also gives an opportunity for those that couldn't qualify today for personal reasons or work or whatever, an opportunity to move up a couple of lobbies as well, to do a couple of races and bust their way up if they're quick enough and they're good enough. Then what we'll do is we'll then hand out the Pro-Am badges as necessary, and that will then be the fixed competition that drivers will be racing in that season. Simple pimple, is it not? I'm acutely aware there's not a huge amount of action to talk about because they're not racing each other. The key obviously is to make sure you've got space. In some of the fuller lobbies, particularly I think it's going to be the 8 p.m. lobby and the 9:30 p.m. lobby, they're going to be quite crowded. There are 8 and 10 on the track, and bear in mind we have restricted them to 12 drivers to try and make sure there is a bit of space out there, but potentially we could have people coming back from earlier ones, or people that haven't signed in rocking up late and thinking, actually I want to put in a qualifying time because I think I'm at this pace. And that's the thing, there's drivers out there that people have been practicing. I mean, it was actually quite a pleasing thing to see, logging on earlier and to see 6 practice lobbies open for this. So Kevin is about to set, so that's Midas, isn't it, not Kevin? That's Midas coming across the line. He's been proved, that's his best time so far. That's a 1:31.1 for Midas. Quickest lap so far is still 1:30. We haven't seen a sub 1:30 yet. Who's going to be the first driver to go sub 1:30? I would have had money on Kevin being one of those drivers to do that. There's still plenty of time, so he still might well do that. But we'll find out. But certainly we've got drivers like Bodyval, we've got drivers like Sharky, like Slippy, we've got Stormfly. We know these guys are capable of putting in insanely quick lap times. So I think that's where those sort of drivers will be the ones that give us a time of tumbling. It is important to point out that the slipstream is set to week. The reason being is what we didn't want to do is to have 5 or 6 teammates all coming in and skewing the times a little bit by making little slipstream trains and bump drafting each other in that round, because it tends to be the way people do it. So we put it on week, and then that's not really, it's literally under your own steam. How quick can you go around this track under your own steam? Which is why we're not going to be seeing 27s and low 28s. I'll apologise, my smoke alarm's gone off, hang on. Apologies for that, they're making homemade pizzas today. Yeah, they're making homemade pizzas, so the kids are burning stuff. What happened there? Oh, I'm going to, sorry. I think it's going to go off again. My eldest son, who is nearly 25, you would have thought he'd know better, has put so much on his frickin' pizza that it's just falling off and bloody setting fire in the oven. He's an idiot, basically. So if it does go off again, I do apologise. All action. So we're still, the times are tumbling. We've seen a 1:30.3 now from Kevin. That's a good solid time on the board. And he's already 3,500 up on that time. Can he find 3 tenths? Essentially, he's to find 3 more tenths around the rest of this lap. If he can find 3 more tenths, we will see a sub 29 lap. Bear with me, I'm talking on Discord at the same time. hold the line corners. Seb couldn't find the lobby. I don't think he sent me a friend request, to be fair. So if you're watching now and you haven't yet sent me a friend request, I haven't actually put my do not disturb on. I normally put my do not disturb on. Just go have a look now, see if I've got any. No, I haven't. I normally have my do not disturb on. I haven't put it on. But be warned, if you haven't friend requested me throughout the season, or friend requested the lobby host, you can't do it just before the race starts. So yeah, make sure you do it in plenty of time, because it makes things incredibly complicated if yeah, there we have it. Right, so he didn't improve that lap. He actually picked up a penalty that time, so lost a bit of time there. Pavlo, he stopped in the pits for a bit. He's still just under half second slower than Kevin is at the moment. Midas, he's within 8/10 of Kevin's time. Fubar starting to find a bit of pace. He's 1.2 behind Kevin at the moment, with Hardwire with a 1:32.1, his quickest time thus far. So the top four all sub 31, sorry, sub 32, and we've got Midas, Pavlos and Kevin are the only ones that have gone sub 130. Don't know who Skywalker is. He's certainly not a friend of mine. Well, he might be, actually. Who knows? Grundle Grass 1.2 back at the minute with a 33.3 for Sin City Racing. I do love that livery. That's a really, really cool livery, that. As it happens, let's have a look at these liveries, actually. First, we'll have a look at the black flag one, because it's the most beautiful one of all. There we go. Thank you to TJ, our resident livery man, for this. A very sleek design, and all of our cars look very similar to this for the season. Of course, this is the McLaren, which we're using solely for this particular race. It feels like a waste of time making liveries, but there we go. There we go. That's the black flag livery. Let's have a look at KRT. Kevin is a very, very talented livery designer as well. He has done a few for us in time. Don't know why TJ's joining this lobby, because he's not racing until half past, and it's going to be a different lobby. Round Pavlos goes. You can't park that there, mate. He was showing off the livery, you see, spinning it around so you can see the livery. Who else are we looking at there? It's the that's Christo's one. It's got a bit of black flag on there. And Grundle Grass, of course, in that Sin City Racing. I like that. It might be one of my favourites, actually, for this season. I really like this. Very, very cool. Good work from the Sin City livery designer. Awesome. 33.3 is the quickest Grundle Grass has had thus far. That, I think, is going to be a lobby, certainly a lobby 2 time, I think. Maybe lobby 3, we'll see. We'll see. But this is the beauty of this placement test. What it does is it makes sure that the people you're racing against are your pace. You know, there are going to be 1 or 2 people, particularly in the bottom lobby, that are quicker. But as the time progresses, they will, you know, after a couple of races, they'll be gone. They'll be up in another lobby, and you'll find that the people around you, it's essentially to make sure everybody's got somebody to race. How often do you watch races on here and people are, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds back, 8 seconds back, 20 seconds back, and find themselves, you know, having to drive for half an hour with no one to race. Hopefully this should have a nice level lobby, so everyone's got someone on the racetrack that they're battling with. It's all we can ask for, really, isn't it? All we can ask for. How you doing at Demos? Are you good? So we're past halfway point of this qualifying session. 8 minutes left. So time for about 4 more laps of hot qualifying pace. Still haven't found that elusive sub 130 yet. Kevin with 130.3. Can he improve on that? He didn't improve that time. That was a poor lap from actually. I think that might well have been an out lap, that last lap. So he is now going to have another crack We'll have a look at the split time as he goes through the first sector. Through sector 1 he goes, and he is not showing the time. He's down. He's backed out of this lap by the looks of things, because he's 2.1 seconds down this lap. So he's lining up another one. Fubar will stay with him. We'll see where he is in terms of his own time. He's 1.2 behind Kevin at the moment. But bear in mind, these 6 guys are the first guys to qualify, so they're going to be the top 6 spots on that table, albeit for briefly. Some will move further down than others, quicker than others, but I'll update them in between, or at least I'll try to. So there is Fubar as he goes. We'll see his timing as he just heads down now towards Junkao. Across that line, he's half a second down on his quickest time, so he's not going to gain anything there. How about Pavlov? We're getting very twitchy through that little section. Everyone's just been shown the one of the homemade pizzas. Yeah, it looks very nice actually. I'm going to make myself one when I'm done here. Difference is though, I won't set the freaking alarm off because I know how to cook. I didn't see actually if Pavlos was up or down. I missed that completely. We'll stick with him until the end of the lap, and we'll see what time he puts on the board. 30.8 was his quickest lap. He did that on lap 3. He hasn't been. This is the thing. If you do a good hot lap earlier, as you start to push, you can often find yourself not setting anywhere near that time, and it looks like that's the case here with Pavlov. Is it Pav? Yeah, I'm calling him Pavlos. That's it, Pavlos. You find that's often the case if you put in like a really blistering lap early on, where you over push the car to try and gain some time. You can often find that you can't improve on that qualifying time. Kevin's been able to do it, but he hasn't since lap 6. Again, he's had that same problem. He set a really, really good time, a time that he felt comfortable with. Now, we don't know what these guys have been doing in the lobbies. I know that there's been a few people posting up. There's a couple of people that have had optimums in those sub-130s. We've certainly got a number of drivers knocking out 1 minute 30s, so we'll see. Hang on. Starts from Discord. I type like an old man, don't I? Right, Midas. He's improved his time. He's got a 31.0. He's knocking on the door of that sub 131. He'd like to be up there with his teammates. Hristo Bratvanov is getting closer. That's his best lap so far on that last lap. That was a 131.5. Has he improved on it this time? He's only got a couple more opportunities. I don't think he has. He did not this time. No, he hasn't. Right, so 4 minutes remaining of this qualifying session, and we will have some scores on the board for these drivers. So far, Kevin with that fastest lap with a 130.3. He'll be number 1 on the list, certainly until the end of session 2. Maybe he can hold on. We'll see how long he can hold on. But in order to get him out of lobby 1, we're going to need 14 drivers, to go quicker than that. So here we go. Is he going to improve this time? This is his penultimate run. So make this one count, because you're only going to have one more crack at it now. Across the line he goes. That is slow. That is a really slow. That's 6.5 seconds down on his quickest time. Round into the centre S he goes. There we go, Dude Bell. He wants to be my friend. Accept. Right, Kevin's last opportunity to improve on that, and we'll see where he stands. Actually, let's have a look. Who's that just up ahead of him? That's Fubar. We'll see when he goes across this timing line if he's made an improvement, shall we? So round this big sweeping hairpin right-hander, and you head down, you get on that power as you sweep round to the left-hand side down to Junkao. Across the timing line, he's up. Fubar is up. He's not up enough though. Who's next to cross there? Right, Kevin will come across this line now. Where is he? He's going to get held up behind Grundlegrass. He's 3/10 down. He's held up behind Grundlegrass. He's not going to be able to improve. Midas, he's coming round there now. He's followed by, I think, Christo Bratanov is just behind him. I could be wrong. I'm not really paying that much attention. He's up. Who's going to be next round there? Right, let's go to the line because this is where we're going to see. So Kevin across the line doesn't improve. Next across will be Midas. 31.0 was his fastest. He crosses the line with 31.1, doesn't improve. Did Pavlos? No, he didn't. He didn't get better. Next across will be Hristo Bratvanov, Hardwire himself. He is rounding that that bend as we speak on the power, heading towards the line. It's going to be tight. Is he going to go sub 30? I don't think he's going to go sub 31. But he does slightly improve, I think. Or did he? Hang on. No, he didn't. He's just slower than his previous. I think that's everybody now. Oh no, there's a few still getting. Oh, there is actually another crack and a whip. I think everybody is getting another crack. I just noticed how much time's left on the clock. Idiots. I wonder how much time I left on. I hope I left enough time for. I think I did. I'm sure I did. Who knows? Right. I'm monitoring Discord because obviously I've got to make sure people are where they need to be. Okay, so here he goes to cross the line. He will get another. He'll get another crack at it. He'll get another crack at this, I think. Not a bad lap. They're still in the 130s, but he does get another run. Who else is going to get another run? I think Pavlov is. Midas is. Who else is back there? That's Grundlegrass. Grundlegrass, yeah, he should get another run. The question is whether Hristo Bratvanov gets another run. That means that Fubar, I think he's on his last chance. This is the last lap for him. I do apologise for my daughter singing in the background. It does sound like a cat has been punched in the balls. And why? Who's left the back door open and why do you want me to die? He's cold, man. Right, so Fubar going through sector 2 now. Is he going to be up as he goes round this really towards the last braking zone of this lap? So across the timing line he goes. He's down at the moment. So who is going to be next across the line? It's going to be Kevin. He's down as well. No improvement for him. Midas at this timing line. Can he improve on that 130.9 he put on that last lap? He cannot. Grundlegrass, his fastest lap so far, puts him 3 seconds off the pace of Kevin at the moment. He's rounding across that line. He's down at the moment. He's not going to improve. Here comes Hardwire. His opportunity to try and put something on the board. He's up. He's not up enough to snatch third in this qualifying session, but he is up. If he got a good exit out of Junkao and he's on that power, you never know what might happen. But good qualifying session so far from everybody. Down he comes. Is it going to be an improvement? Did he maintain that improvement? No, he didn't. He lost quite some time actually in that final part of the circuits. There we have it. That is the final result. So we will screenshot that and make sure that we've got it. Kevin 77, fastest man so far. He'll go to the top of the pile, and then we'll get everyone else cracking. Right, I'm going to take a picture of this as well, so it's on my phone, and then I can update as I need to. Right, thank you very much, lads. Piss off. I'm going to shut this lobby down, open a fresh one. Thanks. Right, shut that down. I'm going to open a fresh lobby. The reason I'm doing this, it just expedites things. You haven't got to wait for people to leave and come in and all that kind of thing. So, fresh lobby being opened now. Oh, it's so slow. It's so slow. Right, in this lobby we are expecting who? Well, Seb we know has moved across to this lobby because he didn't make the last one because we hadn't yet become friends. Create a room, load settings, load, there we go. I do want to check, I think I've got that's race finish delay, qualifying, continuation, yeah, that's right. Here's the maximum, isn't it? Yeah. Right, there we go. Right, so we are expecting in this particular lobby, we are expecting Seb, Willard, The Truth, and TJ. So just the 4 drivers in this lobby. We will mark Honky Kong as a no-show, which he was a no-show. But congratulations to the rest of them who put in some solid times. So yeah, Willard, The Truth, and Seb. Please come and join me in my my secret room. Again, same, absolutely the same. Nothing's going to change. The room is identical to the previous one in every single way. Everyone's got exactly the same. Hello, little giraffe. He's such an idiot. So just waiting for Seb to jump in, and then we can get cracking. I'll let these guys know we are waiting for one more. Oh no, we're waiting for 2 more, aren't we? So Seb and Willard. I haven't seen Willard all day actually. I don't know if he's been practicing. I'm going to mute myself for a minute because I need to have a big cough. Just wait for Seb. He's struggling to find the room. I don't know if there's an issue, but I think we are friends. So I don't know why you can't see the room. I imagined we were going to run a little bit late anyway, so I probably should have factored in. Maybe I should have had the 45 minutes apart rather than half an hour apart. It is what it is. It is what it is. This is why we should be prepared, folks. I think he's found it. I think he's found it because he's coming. He's a coming. There he is. Awesome. Right, ticking, let's go. He's ticked in. We are going to crack on with qualifying session number 2. And while this is going on, I'm going to start updating the current standings. Shall we do that? Right, yeah, let's do that. So, yeah, let me it'd help if I did this so you guys can actually watch it. There we go. We'll sit with TJ, shall we? Okay, so 1:30.3 I think was the time to beat, wasn't it? Right, I'll be back in a sec while I do the update quick. I've done it. I'm just going to upload it now for you. Give me a sec. Only one of the 2 pages at the moment. Only both pages. How are we doing so far? So TJ with a 31.4. Willard 32.1. Captain Slow with a 37.2. He's got a bit more time in there, certainly. The Truth yet to set a time. Be interesting. I'll help you if I click that. And then we can get it up for you. Right, Hannah, can you shut that back door, please? It is freezing. Well, I don't care if you're not cold. I am. Fucking kids. Should have left them in a bucket. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean it. Right, where are we? Just need to do that. Right, so by the magic of the internet, there you go. So that's how it looks. Kevin currently top of the tree, Pavlos just behind him, Midas, Hardwire, Fubar, Grundlegrass. Not much more to see than that at the moment. So that is the aim. The target is 130.3 for if you want to be basically. If it needs 14 people to go quicker than that, and Kevin won't be in lobby 1. That's exactly how it's going to work. TJ at the moment with 31.4, quickest lap for him. Bear in mind we've got a really full lobby coming up next. The one after this one, 8 drivers in that, and of those 8 drivers, there's a couple of quickies in there. Quickies. So TJ currently the quickest. Willard with that 32.1. To be fair, actually, I think I'm relatively quicker. I think I did a 34 something. Yeah, I think it was 34 something. So it'd be interesting once, you know, obviously there's 40 odd drivers need to set time. Be interesting to see as the time goes on where we're going to see the little battles. We were kind of positing last night, in a little chat about who we thought would be there or thereabouts. But it's very difficult to kind of predict, isn't it? Until the drivers are out there and pushing each other along. So yeah, it will be interesting to see where we're going to see little battles on the racetrack, particularly within different teams, because you're going to have people in the same team that are going to be of a similar pace, are going to work together. But it'll be interesting to see who they're going to be battling with, because that battle will generally be throughout the season. Captain Slow finding a massive improvement there, and he will, as time goes on, find massive improvements, find extra time. But 1.2 seconds, he was up there as he went through that timing line. Captain Slow raced in the British Touring Car Championship that I have broadcast for over the last 6 weeks, and the race last night was absolutely phenomenal. One of the best races I have ever commentated on in my entire life. That and race 2, to be fair, but they were both absolutely fantastic. But the actual championship was decided on the line, and I'm not even joking. So there were 6 weeks, 3 races a week. So over 18 rounds, over 18 races, and it wasn't decided until someone crossed the line. And basically, somebody else was champion until 20 meters before the line, and then it all changed. It was absolutely awesome. I nearly had a freaking aneurysm. It was that good. Right, so any improvement? The Truth. He drops now into that sub 31 club. With a 30.7, that'll put him, as it stands, that'll put him second behind Kevin on the current placement test leaderboard. That's where he's going to slot in, right there, underneath Kevin, in between Kevin and Pavlos, and that doesn't sound like a fun party that I want to be involved in. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. I imagine it would be quite sweaty and traumatising. But there we go. I'm trying to monitor Discord and WhatsApp, and I don't know why I'm monitoring WhatsApp because it's got nothing to do with this. Right. Osman is messaging me. I bet he's got work, hasn't he? There was a rugby match on the day apparently, and Osman's just trying to get all of his heads kicked out of the pub so he can come back. Osman is booked in for the final session, the 9:30 to 10 session. We are already running a bit behind because we're only 11 minutes into qualifying. We should be we're about 3 or 4 minutes behind at the moment. So I reckon we will probably be 15-20 minutes behind by the time we get to that lobby, which is not a problem. It is what it is. I've got to say, I've seen the Sector 7 livery for that we got in the video, but this is an improvement on that livery, and I've got to say it's really, really impressive. I'm pressing the wrong keyboard thingy. That's the right one. Let's just do it like that. Easy, wouldn't it? Yeah, look at that. That's a thing of beauty. That is. Look at that. I love these because normally they're red and black, these Sector 7 ones, but that's that kind of orange accent really, really pops. And I like it a lot. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good championship. I certainly hope so. Kevin currently top of the tree, of course. We should show that again. There's Kevin, currently the fastest in the placement test. The Truth has slotted himself in to second place so far. That might change at some point. Keyboard's not working. Why is the keyboard not working? I know why the keyboard's not working. Ignore me. Don't worry about it. Right. So TJ, he's teetering on the brink of that sub 31 club. 31-0. So I think those low. Looking at the time so far, certainly what Kevin's put in with that 30.3, we seem to Truth put in that 30.7. I'm wondering if really 31 might be a low 31. I think will still be enough for Lobby 1. I certainly do. I think the low 31s might be enough. If we look at Fubar and Hardwire, they're 31 mids, and I mean there's nothing separating those two. Few hundredths of a second separating those two at the moment. If you look at the sheet there, I think it's certainly possible that a low 31 could be a Lobby 1 time. We will find out. We're yet to see a number of drivers to come in the next session. Who are we looking out for in the next session? Next session, we've got the reigning GT3 World Champion, Bonnie Val. He's in. Michael Sabotko's joined us quite late, but he's been posting some mid-30s lap times. So potentially there. We know Woolly's capable of chucking in a good time here or there. His wheel is back and he's jumping in and getting cracking with his session. We really nearly didn't have him. He was waiting for his wheel to come back. Or is he? I can't remember. No, I think he's out. I think Woolly's out now because his wheel didn't arrive in time. Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, he was in, but now he's not because his wheel didn't arrive back. Confused. So it won't be. We won't be seeing Woolly in the next session. because his wheel hasn't arrived. He'll be here next week. Hope Osman does get back in time. Osman's trying to kick all the people out of the pub after the rugby to get back in time for his 9:30 session, and he missed out on the placement test last time, ironically, but beamed us live on the big screen in the pub because he couldn't be there for when we did the qualifying for the GT3 World Cup World Championship last year. Hopefully the Welsh Wizard can get back and give himself a good opportunity to get involved in the championship. So we're we are, how far away are we? 15 minutes past that halfway point, about 10 minutes left. Time for 5 more, 6 more maybe laps. That's the 11th lap for TJ. His best so far is that 31.0 he did on lap 5. The truth, with that 30.7 he put on lap 2, hasn't been able to improve on that since. Did 30.9 on that last lap, but hasn't been able to improve. And at the moment he's trapped behind Captain Slow. He's trying to find a way through. Winner's best lap was lap 3, 32.1. It goes back to what I was saying, that a lot of these drivers at the moment, Willard is up, pushing that a little bit more to try and improve their time, and that's when mistakes happen. Captain Slow there, good time there, that 35.6. That's a good, I think that's a solid mid lobby 3 time for him. There's drivers out there, I don't think that, I think that's probably around my sort of pace there, that 35.6. If he can just find, I think, a couple more laps, a little bit of tweaking, I think he could potentially drop that below 135. Just find a bit of consistency. That was a 36. What did we do there? 36.9. But if you're listening, Seb, jump. We'll have practice sessions throughout the week. Come and jump in a couple of practice sessions with some of the Black Flag lads, and they'll give you some pointers, mate. Give you some pointers, because you're kind of there or thereabouts. It's just a couple of little tips, and you'll be speeding around the track in no time. I have no doubt about that. Willard sets a new record with 32.1, creeping towards that sub 32 time. He's going to want to try and get himself. I think that's very much a mid. I think 32.1 is going to be lobby 2 times. 30s and 31. The jury's out about 31s for lobby 1 at the moment. I think we'll wait and see how it pans out over the next couple of sessions before I call that call dibs on that, shall we say. The truth, he's popped in with that. He's got that 30.7 on the board. He's decided to go in and restart again. Sometimes it helps. Sometimes you can just go in. I mean, it's not going to make a blind bit of difference with new tyres or anything, because there's no wear. But just to kind of reset the rhythm that you've put in. You've got that rhythm going, and it's not improving your time. So just break the rhythm and start again, and see if you can make an improvement. And already, there we go. Set to 1. He is up. TJ. He hasn't improved on that 31.0. There is a 130 in TJ. Absolutely is a 130 in that car for TJ. He's just got to find where he's losing a bit of time, and drop it into those low 130s. Mid 130s. But we've got some quick guys coming up. So I'll tell you what, I'm really looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Bonnie Val puts on the board. The new guy, Michael Sabotka, looks to be doing some quick times. In the session after that, we've got Stormfly. I want to see what he's putting in. Wiggy as well. I want to see what he's putting in. I know Jay's been putting some practice in. Be keen to see if Jay has got himself into those 31s. Then session after that, we've got Tech Racing. He was there or thereabouts in the championship last year in that GT3 World Championship. So there's potentially some times are tumbling there. And then, of course, in the final session, we've got Slipstream, we've got Sharky, potentially Osman if he can get back from work. He's having a bit of an issue with it at the moment. We've got Newton in there, we've got Kaizan in there as well. So and Karama as well. So there's potentially some quick times in there. But But also, we want to see who's going to be racing in Lobby 3 as well, Lobby 2 and Lobby 3. We want to see who those guys are going to have in and around them. Captain Slow with that 35.6. Looks like he had a mistake on that last lap with that 152.4. I've got no doubt in my mind that he's going to be able to. There's going to be some. You've got to bear in mind there's going to be some people that haven't set times as well. There's a couple of drivers that haven't set a time that are, I know for a fact, slower than Captain Slow. 35.9s, he's back in those 35s. Willer with 32.0 on the cusp. It's about second between 1.2 between him and TJ at the moment. And it can't be 1.2 surely. If TJ's quickest time is the 31.0 and Willard's is a 32.0, and that's because that's 1.2 to the truth, idiot. There is, we're 1 second between them two. Has the truth improved on that 30.7? And the answer to that question is no, but he was damn close to getting it again with a 30.764. How long left? About 5 minutes left. So time for 3, maybe 4 laps for these guys as the clock ticketh down. The clock ticketh and the clock taketh away. Back in a sec. Cut a package of crisps to keep me going because I didn't eat before we started because they were making their pizzas. I still haven't got a proper oven. I've got like a convection oven microwave thingy that turns into an oven, but we haven't had our new oven delivered yet. Don't even want to go into the clusterfuck that's been. This will be the 5th oven we've had since we fitted our kitchen in 2022. It was 2022 I did the kitchen, wasn't it? Yeah, in 2022 put the kitchen in, and it's the 5th oven we've had because they keep fucking breaking. And not because we don't know how to use the oven, but because they've been fucking dog shit. And yeah, this one's already had someone out to repair it within 3 months of us owning it. And yeah, it's just a big massive clusterfuck, in all honesty. And yeah, the guy said he turned up on Thursday, and no one answered. And then when I sent the video of my Ring doorbell and he weren't there, they've been very apologetic since. So the truth is up. Is he up enough to break that 1:30 barrier? Is he going to beat Kevin's time and get to the top of the pile? Sorry for the flattering noise. .35.1 for Captain Slow, starting to find some time. Here goes the truth for sector 7, across that line, he's up a 10th. It's not enough to move him up anywhere further on the leaderboard. He needs to find another 3 of those between here and the line if he wants to take the top of the tree going into the 3rd qualifying session. Okay, so the truth does improve his time with a 30.5, but doesn't. But Kevin's still top of that, top of the pile. Oh, TJ bins it coming out of Juncker. So that's this lap and the next one busted. So he's got to get across the line. He hasn't got long. All these guys join the room and I'm going to reset it in a minute. Okay. Final lap for everybody. If any of you that just joined the room is on the stream, I'm going to close this room down and open a fresh one. 30.54 the truth. He's done. Can TJ improve on that? I think with that spin on that last lap, I don't think he's going to have had the momentum into turn one, or going towards turn one, to set a quick time this lap. I think we'll see he's going to be down when he goes across this timing line. He is half a second down. Not too shabby though, low 31s. Willard with a fee. He's dropped into those 31s, 31.8 for Willard. So he's broken that 32 duck. Can Captain Slow break the 35? Frazzles are good. He makes Frazzles. Anyone from Smith's Crisps? Watch him. I'm advertising Frazzles, baby. Send me some Frazzles. Immediately. Okay, 35.1's his quickest time. Has he able to improve on that? He'll probably stop eating crisps because I've got some work to do now. He's actually pulling into the pit, so he's backed out of that one. So the truth is done. TJ's still on a hot lap though. As the clock ticks down. One more Frazzle. Yeah, you're right. It's about relaxing those tyres. Sorry, I was looking at the admin. But yeah, he makes a really good point there. That it's not about the tyre wear. Although there's no tyre wear, it is about managing tyre temperature and letting them relax a little bit when you're trying to push them. So TJ across that line. Not too unrespectful. That's not the word I'm looking for. Right, there we go. So there's your results there. We're going to screenshot that. We're going to take a photograph of it as well. La 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 la. It's the motherfucking D-O-double-G. Don't copyright infringe me. Oh shit. I've got my phone plugged in, so I couldn't pull it as far out as I wanted to. 2 pictures just in case. Right, that's that done. Right, this lobby's going to get shut. And then I'm going to reopen a new one. Yeah. And open a fresh lobby. No, don't need to do that. Because it saved us right there. Load. Okay, let's create. It's not often when I'm broadcasting you get to see the behind the scenes stuff. Right, those guys done. I'll update in a minute. Once everyone's in the room we've got started, I will update. How far behind are we? Well, not too bad actually. Looks like we're catching up. Who are we waiting on? We are waiting on... we had all 4 that time. All 4 turned up that time. That was good. We'll make them green because they turned up. We're looking for Bonnie Val. He's here. Tick. Nav is here. Tick. Michael Sobotka. Or Mikhail Sobotka. He is here. Tick. Websons is coming. There's 3 ART drivers actually, 4 ART drivers because I think Beardy's coming in as well. So yes, we've got Bonnie Val, we've got Hitcho's coming in as well. For Hitcho Sin City, I think Hitcho Sin City Racing. Could be wrong. So just waiting on Kulum and Beardy. Two more. Right, there's Beardy. One more. There's Beardy, he's in. Let's give Cullum a couple of minutes. Well, we'll give him a minute. His ART teammates are in, Beardy, Websons and Bonnie Val. Always spell his name wrong. Ah, there we go. As I was typing his name, there he is. Right, ready? Gladiators are ready. Right, let's do this. Start qualifying. Right, and then while they're doing that, I can update the next lot of thingy bobs. I'm going to turn the mic off because I can't speak and concentrate at the same time. We will leave you with the reigning GT3 world champion, Bonnie Val. So, yeah. Is he going to bring it and try and win another world? Well, he's going to try and win another world championship, but is he going to be able to? That's the question. Right, let me get this updated and we will see where we are at. Done it. Can upload it in a second. To be fair, I could have eaten my crisp while I was doing that, couldn't I? But I didn't. Right, here we go. So we've had 10. Where is it? There we go. So where are we at? We'll have a look at the times here in a sec. This is where we're with the top 10. So Kevin's still top of the tree. The Truth slides in between him and his teammates with that 30.53. I know it's not all lined up, but I'm doing this quick so you guys can see it. Right. Bonnie Val is not the fastest man on the racetrack at the moment. There's this guy here, Privateer, Mikhail Sobotka. No, he's not Privateer, he's Race Asylum. He's Race Asylum! Get that quiet, didn't he? Yeah, he does need to do delivery. Anyone that hasn't got the correct livery on their car for this is going to get away with it. If you don't have the correct livery in race number 1, I'm going to come around your house and I'm going to headbutt you in the nuts. No, it's not pork scratchings, mate. It's a packet of Frazzles. I haven't eaten yet. They were all making like homemade pizza, so I couldn't get in the kitchen to eat before we did this. So I'm having some Frazzles now to keep them going. And order is restored. As quickly as Bonnie Val sets the fastest lap. There comes the Race Asylum guys, and we know anyone from Race Asylum is pretty darn quick. A lot of them are uncatchable. But he's currently there with a 30.4. That puts him ahead of the Truth. So the answer to the question, can you handle the Truth, is he can handle the Truth. He's currently there. He'll be sitting in second. Sorry, you're not watching these guys. That's the guy watching in a minute. Got Bonnie Val. He is currently with a 30.8, which is good enough to put him in 4th place behind Pavlos. He needs to find a couple of tenths from somewhere. He needs to find 7 tenths of a second, or 6 tenths of a second, to get into 3rd on the placement test standings. So as it stands at the moment, it's Kevin from Mikhail Sobotka. Then it is Pavlos. Then Bonnie Val. Midas with 30.9. What has Nav got? He is about half a second behind Bonnie Val, so he's not quite easy going. He's still in those 31s, isn't he? Hitcho with 32.1. That puts him currently between Willard and Grundlegrass in 10th on it. Well, there we go. Once we've added other people in. Cologne with a 32.1. That'll put him just behind Hitcho. Really close to Hitcho, actually. Webson's 32.2. Beardy with 32.7. All really close. Those 3 ART drivers separated by fuck all, really. Half a second separating those 3 ART drivers. And then, of course, you've got Bonnie Val, who is the ART alien. Need no introduction. He's, of course, reigning champion. 32.2 there for Beardy, improving that time. And he's within 200ths of Webson's at the moment. Looking good. Looking good. But we expected Bonnie Val to come in and start chucking in the 29s like a bagman. But he hasn't done so yet. It's coming in just to let his tyres settle down. I'm wondering if there is a 29 in it, you know. So far, Kevin couldn't give us a 29. Sobotka, he hasn't given us a 29 yet. Bonnie Val hasn't given us a 29 yet. Well, I think these guys are going to be darn close to it. What do you reckon? Any of you guys that are watching that have practiced, do you think there is a sub 130 in these conditions? I mean, some people have got darn close. Be interesting to see. It will be interesting. Hitcho setting a new record. He's still ahead of those 3 ART drivers. We're about 10 minutes into the session. Half a second that separates Sobotka and Bonival. Neither have yet set a time quick enough to put them on the top of the table, although he's much closer now. With that 30.427, it puts him under a tenth behind Kevin 77. He hasn't got much to find. I think my daughter's just broken something in the kitchen. Who knows? So potential there. Bonival, he's got half a second to find. Well, just over half a second if he wants to get above Kevin. So at the moment, Kevin can relax. We've got through 2 qualifying sessions with him top of the tree. At the moment, as it stands, 10 minutes into this qualifying session, he's still top of the timing table. It's going to be interesting. Let's have a quick look at this footage. I've missed anything. Doesn't look. Oh, hang on. A couple of messages. The truth potentially might go again. I'm hearing. You do realise that the time you've set, if you go again, you scrap the time you've set, and as though you are at 0. So at the moment, you're currently second fastest. The truth, or sodium pentothal, as I like to call it, the truth serum. It's down to you. It's entirely down to you. If you want to risk it, go for it. And bear in mind, it doesn't set where you are on the grid next time. It just sets your lobby. So you still got qualifying for the race next week at Monza. For me, I think it's a game. I think if you're setting a time that's putting you in that top 2, top 3 at this stage. Me personally, I wouldn't set a time to put me in the top 2 or 3 of anything. But if I had done it, I would say I'll take that. But here we go. So Sobotka there. Bonival getting much closer now. That 30.488. That moves him up the leaderboard. That'll put him into 3rd, sliding in nicely behind the American driver. Nav there, he's into those 31s. Yes, he is, indeed. Hitcho, 31.4. That's a good time for him, actually, that 31.4. It's just under 31.8. So drop below those 32s. How close are these ART drivers? Well, there's a couple of hundred separating Colum and Webster's at the minute, and the same amount separating Beatty. There's nothing between them. Literally, it's a piece of paper in terms of pace between Colum, Webster's and Beatty at the moment. Interesting battle between these 3. I'm tempted to start the race afterwards, then one lap and see which one of them wins. But I'm not going to, because I don't want to. But it's really close between them, literally separated by 0.04 of a second. In terms of race pace, the Canadian and the 2 Brits, Beardy Webster and of course Colum. Still waiting to see if anyone can knock Kevin off the top of the leaderboard. Fuwa is below TJ. What's wrong about it? Oh yeah, he should be. Sorry, I've put the wrong time in for him. Oh no, hang on, no, you're right. He should be, yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Thank you for pointing that out. I can repair that right now. It's easy enough to do. Do that, and I do that. No, you're absolutely right. It's because I was copy and pasting and moving stuff quickly. I'm thinking about on crisps. It wasn't incorrect. The timing was right. It's just the placement of the numbers was wrong. There we go. Sorry, TJ. There you go. Right behind Midas, where you love to be. Your favourite place to be. Behind one of the HKRT drivers. Right. We still haven't seen. Kevin knocked off the top, but the distance now is not a lot. 30.4, 30.3. There is a potential upset on the cards. We can see Bonnie Val has closed that gap to Sabotka. Those two head and shoulders clear of everybody else at the moment. Nav with a decent time. He's in those 31s. Trying desperately to stay quicker than Hitcho. Hitcho's putting in some good times. 31.4 for him. Closing that gap on Nav to just 0.08 of a second. How are these guys getting on this? These guys are still only separated by 0.04 of a second. 1.8 between Cullum and Websons, and 0.02 between Websons and Beardy. 32.2s all around, with the 32.190 for Cullum. Bragging rights within the ART team. We noticed that quite early on they put those laps in. Look, you see there, Beardy straight out of the bat. Webster straight off the bat. First hot lap, boom. Lays down the gauntlet, drops the mic and leaves the room. Been pushing since. Beardy, a few laps in, lap 5 he put in his fastest lap. Just improved though. Beardy has just jumped above the pair of them, on the cusp of going sub 32. So he jumps up above Cullum and Websons into 5th in this qualifying session. Hitcho no closer at the moment. Who've we got going across the line? There's Nav. He's coming round. This is his 6th. Well, I think he's done more than that, actually. I think he's done 10 or 11 hot laps. He hasn't got his livery on, which is fine. Absolutely fine. Across the line they go. That's an improvement for Nav. Found 0.3 from somewhere, did Nav. That's 31.0. Is he going to break into the 130s? That'd be a good place to be, wouldn't it? Yeah, I have updated the table. I just haven't downloaded a new one yet. I'm going to wait until I've done this lot as well, because there's quite a lot to do on this one. So looking good. Who have we got coming up in the next session? I think everyone's here that's supposed to be here, haven't they? Yeah, Cullum's here as well. He ticks in. We've got Shredder, we've got Stormfly, we've got Canulautis, Bandit, not Benedict, Bandit, Pickle Kai, Wiggy, and Jay. Coming up next. Stormfly is going to be one to watch. He'll be interestingly looking at the times for the American here and for Bonnie Val. Also looking at Kevin's time. That's going to be his kind of target that he's going to be looking to beat. How close have you got to it so far, Aaron? Are you quicker than the 30.4 or 30.3? We will soon find out. Everyone don't do it. It was nice seeing so many practice lobbies open this afternoon, with people just grinding out laps around here, just trying to improve their time. Actually, Jay and Bonnie kicked me off the couch at 1 o'clock in the morning while I was watching a film to open up a lobby with the settings so they could chuck some laps around. To be fair, I could have said no, but I didn't. That's Nav with a slight improvement again. He drops now into that sub 131 with a 30.9. Going well for him at the moment. He's grinding it out for RWB, and yeah, finding some good time. Good to see the RWB boys joining us as well. That actually makes it 9 teams now that have joined us. We've got. Let's be fair, they're going to struggle in the team competition, because you need a minimum of 3 drivers, really, because it's your best 3 performing drivers that score your points towards the team total, and anyone running less than 3 drivers is really going to struggle in that team competition. And of course, unlike last season, which was calculated slightly differently, or last series, should I say, not season, the last series was calculated slightly differently. It's not the best 3 drivers over the competition, it's the best 3 each week. So it could be 3 different drivers each time out. It's whatever points they score, they go into the pot. So drop rounds aren't counted. You don't take the points off for drop rounds or anything like that. It's literally just a race to the line for it. Right. Still haven't seen that time beaten. Lap 4 he put that in. Lap 4 he's put that time in. He's been skirting around it a couple more 30.4s, but he hasn't been able to find that extra couple of tenths he needs to be the fastest through this placement test. Bonival ever closer, 30.47 now, much closer now to the Race Asylum driver. So yeah, putting some pressure on at the top of that leaderboard. But currently, and you don't need to tell me again that it's wrong. I know it's wrong. I have fixed it. I just haven't changed it here because I don't need to. So TJ is actually in 5th above Hardware and Fubar. So these two will slot in between Kevin and the Truth down to 4th place. And I know that he said he's contemplating potentially going again. Is the Truth. We'll see how he feels about it once we're a bit further in. Thinking of when's he going to do it. I mean, we've got 7 in this next lobby coming up, 5 between 9 and 9:30. We've got almost a full lobby, 10 drivers doing 9:30 till 10. That's an interesting line, Ben, through there. That's not going to get you a quick lap time at all. So, I mean, if he's going to do it, I suppose the best time to do it is going to be 9 to 9:30, isn't it? Just kind of whack himself in that lobby, and because it's the one with the least drivers, isn't it? Maybe get a better space. Who knows? We've had one no-show thus far. That was Honky Kong. He's signed up but disappeared, and we had one jump in that hadn't actually RSVP'd, but he's set time now anyway. As Grundlegrass, he did that in the first session, but since then everyone's been where they're supposed to be, in the right place at the right time. Seb skipped his session. First session, came in his second session instead because he'd forgotten to send me a friend request before the thingy bob. If you guys are bored after this and you want to watch a race, watch yesterday's BTCC finale. You can skip forward to race number 3. What an absolute freaking stonking race that was. The championship changed hands 3 times in that race and was decided on the line. After 18 races, the championship was decided on the line, and I can tell you that someone was a champion 20 yards before the line, and then when they crossed, they were no longer the champion. That's how tight it was. He is up, coming into Junkao, is the Race Asylum driver. He is flat out now towards the line. Is this going to be an improvement? Is this enough to put him atop the leaderboard for this placement test? It's looking pretty darn close. It's not sub 130. Couldn't improve in the end. So he was up at the end of sector 2, but losing out coming through Junkao and up the hill. So didn't improve there. Very exciting. Very exciting. Bonival has did a 30.4 a couple of laps ago, but not since then has he been able to improve at all. Colum improves to 31.8. That drops Beardy down with his 32.0. He is slightly quicker than Webson's. Webson's there with just done a 32.1. So he's finding some extra time from somewhere at the moment. Can he drop into those 31s? He's not too far behind old Beardy. I don't know what I call him old Beardy. He's old, but then somewhere. Hitcho. The Aussie driver. I was trying to read 2 things at once then. 3 tenths slower than Nav at the moment from RWB. That's of course you can catch the RWB lot in GT Champions over on the GT Champions thingy. What's that on the front of his car? BVL hunting party. I thought he said birthday party. Happy birthday, man. So Nav at the moment, 30.699. That's an improvement. He's actually closed the gap to Bonival. So he's in that sub 31 club as well. that was a couple of poor laps there from Bonneville. That was a 38.8 and a 33.2. He's pushing. He's got a penalty as well. Does that mean he's not going to be able to improve? Because he's going to serve the penalty here. It's going to compromise the next lap as well, because it's going to stop his speed down towards the line. That could be curtains for his qualifying with the 30.470. Bear in mind, these guys, you know, finishing top of the pile is about bragging rights and bragging rights only. They are focused on getting themselves into their lobby for the race next week. We're at Monza in the Ferrari 458 Italia. What a place to start this new series for GT Alphas. So there we go, checkered flag for Bonnie Val. Final lap for Sabok. This is his last opportunity to knock Kevin off the top of the timing sheet. Has he got enough pace? He comes round. It's looking pretty darn close, I tell you. He's not going to be sub 130. 130.5, not quite quick enough to beat Kevin, but he's close. Everyone joining the room that I'm going to shut down in a minute. Awesomeness. Right, so, yeah, there we go. There we have it. Another one done and dusted. Screenshot, of course, as we do. So yeah, it's the Botka from Body Val, from Nav, Hitcho, Beardy, Colum and Websons in that order. What the hell is going on? Why is my phone doing that? Right, take a picture for the OnlyFans. Thank you very much, guys. I will shut this one down. Nothing personal. And open a fresh one. I'm doing this because it's just a little bit easier for me to keep up with what's going on. Plus it guarantees that the lobby is absolutely identical. It's important that there's no differentiation from lobby 1 to lobby 2, etc, etc. So a fresh lobby for everybody keeps it nice and honest and nice and fair. That's the word I was looking for, wasn't it? Fair. I'm gonna once I've got this set up and they're cracking, I'm going to, I don't know why it takes so freaking long, man. Takes so freaking long. I'm going to be silent for a bit while I sort out the timings. Right. Okay, once everyone. So in this lobby, we are expecting who? Shredder, Stormfly, Canyon Altis, and SCR, both from Sin City Racing. Shredder as well. He's Sin City as well, isn't he? Pickle Kai, Wiggy from Black Flag, of course, and Jay from Black Flag, and Stormfly. So we've got 3 Black Flag drivers, and that you can shut just to you on the first lap. What does that mean? Suck the unicorn. So who is here? Shredder is here. Stormfly is here. I think they're all here. I think they're all Pickle Kai. I haven't seen Pickle Kai yet. Where's Pickle Kai? So we've got 6 so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're not going to hang around waiting for people for any length of time. I'm going to check Discord to make sure I've not got any messages from him. There's nothing there. Nothing on Discord. I haven't had a message from him. I'm not missing anything. So yeah, we're not, you know, if you're not going to turn up for what you signed in for, tough shit. Let's just get cracking, shall we? Good luck, fellas. We'll get it started. So Pickle Kai is a no-show. Pickle Kai, if you're out there, my friend, you've got 2 sessions left to put a time on the board. If you choose not to, that is entirely up to you. We not wait around for you, motherfucker. Right, here we go. Spectate. Display all. Wiggy Stormfly on intermediate tyres. What the hell is he doing? He's changed his tyres now. He has realised. That would have been funny, wouldn't it? Right, we will. Yeah, let's sit with Wiggy, and I'll be back in a bit. I'm just going to get this time machine updated. I'm back. Did you miss me? 7 minutes or something. Ain't bad. Ain't bad at all. Right. Here we go. You ready? You ready for this? I think I fixed it. I think it's right as well. I don't think I fucked it up. Look, the times are right. I'm pretty sure the order's right as well. Boom. There we go. So Kevin's still top of the pole with that 30.342. I know it's sound crazy. I'm beginning to think there isn't a sub 130 in it. At the moment, Stormfly with that 30.497 is good enough for to nestle there between Bonnie Val and The Truth there in fourth. Wiggy, he was supposed to be on the piss today, but decided not to breathe germs all over women. That's basically what he said to me. A 30.9, that's good enough to put him between Pavlos and Midas. But that it's not 9-0, so actually just behind Midas. He's 1,000th of a second off the time for Midas at the moment. So you can't see their times, but I'm looking at him. Old man Jay, 131.7 for him. That puts him firmly between Beardy and Klum. From ART, that's in 13th position, it would be, essentially. Shredder, he's pretty quick for a cartoon rat. 32.5, that puts him after Websons, between Websons and Grundle Grass. SCR Bandit currently with a 32.4, which puts him also between Webster's and Grundle Grass, but obviously behind Shredder, well, between Shredder and Grundle Grass. And Caniel Altis, they're the three SCR drivers out there. We've got 3 Black Flag, 3 SCR. It's a straight Black Flag kicking their ass at the minute. Boom Shanka, 33.1 for Caniel Altis, which puts him again in between Webster's and Grundle Grass. So there we have it. So those 3 drivers in between those 3 down there. We'll be moving on to page 2 soon. How about that? It's a bit exciting, isn't it? A bit exciting. But, so the time to beat, we know what time to beat. The time to beat is that. It's a 30.342. And so far, nobody's done it. A 340.497. We've had some 340. We've had 3 130.4s. So far, but thus far nothing in the 30.3s. Kevin demonstrating the blistering pace that we know he's capable of performing with. So we've got 3 Black Flag drivers. Notice that Stormfly's not running the official livery for whatever reason that is. He's decided to run with his own thing, which is fine for this one. But remember, you will get punched in the nuts if you don't run the proper one. Again, old man Jay running the wrong livery as well, but I do like that. That's a very posh one. That's the Urban Pirate Tribute McLaren. So yeah, you can get away with that. I'm sure to running the full SCR livery, of course. Next up, who's in the next lobby? We've got Corentus, we've got Tech Racing. All Tech's pretty quick. Can Tech. Get involved in that top 5. Cyclone Dan, Captain Nulls, and Demos. Demos is a pretty racy individual from HKRT, so he'll be knocking around in there. Be interesting to see. So it'll be a couple of Black Flags, a couple of Beyond Victory Lane drivers, and then Demos from HKRT in the next lobby. And of course, anyone that's previously run that wants to sacrifice their time and go again. Is The Truth gonna do that? Be interesting. Yeah, be interesting if anybody does opt to go again. Maybe if they're looking at the time machines and thinking, I don't know. I think the only people really that should consider it is if you are, and we'll bring the time machine up again because there is no improvement there. If you are floating around that kind of, you know that the lobbies are going to have 14. So if you're knocking around that 11, 12, 13, 14, I was actually from sort of 9th downwards really, and you know the drivers that are coming, I think you would probably, because I'm looking at that now, so let's look at that sheet now. We've still to come that will probably be Lobby 1 drivers. We've got Tech Racing, who will more than likely be in there. We've got Slipstream, we've got Sharky, we've got Osman, Karama, Knudsen, we've got Tyler Kaizan, we've got Nuke. That's potentially 8 drivers still to go that are potentially Division 1. Of those, the absolute shoe-in for Division 1 without question. We don't even need to watch to know that they're Division 1. We've got Tech, we've got Slipstream, we've got Sharky. Those 3 definitely. Possibly also Knudsen and Dorfin and all the rest of them. We know those 3 most certainly 100% nailed on, guaranteed, will find a way into that top 14 lobby. So at the moment, Beardy, Callum and Willard are in massive danger. Fubar, Hardwire, Hitcho clinging on. TJ at the moment, I think TJ's the one that's probably biting his nails a little bit. I thought a 1:31.0 would probably be enough just to sneak in, which will mean that top lobby separated by less than 1 second, which is absolutely phenomenal. But you can't call it. You can't call it. I genuinely didn't think Bolivar would be beaten on pace, but it's happened. And I certainly didn't think he wouldn't be the fastest person in his lobby, which happened. Which didn't happen, sorry. So there we go. So Stormfly currently the fastest man out there, 1:30.432. So that's enough 4 seconds, isn't it? Of course. 4.3. No, it's not. That's third. 4.32. Yeah, that puts him in third. So quicker than Bonnie, but not quicker than the American Sabot. Michael Saboka. Wiggy, 3/10 behind, so he's banging on that door as well, to be fair. He's only 3/10 off that, and that is going to be good enough for, so 3/10 off that is going to be, there was sort of Pavlos and Nav and that kind of area, so there's still some driving to be done. Jay, 1:31.7 for him, which is not too shabby in the slightest. I'll be back in 1 second because my drink is finished. I also needed to take a piss, so no, I'm not doing that now. Just why I took a bit longer to get there. I don't give me a chair now. Yeah, there we go. Right. Jay having a little change of tyres. Still not beaten yet. Still not happened. 16. Nearly 17 minutes into this session. So I just over past the halfway point. Sorry, bear with me. Right, I'm back. Okay. So we've still got 10. We've still got 15. Drivers to set a time, which is going to be a good little run. I think it's 50, so it's about 32. 32 have set a time. We've had 2 no-shows. Yeah, actually no, it's more than that, isn't it, because we haven't put these guys in yet. So it'll be a total of how many drivers will it? So we've got 15 left to go. We've got 6 running here, so that's 21 on top of the. How many have done it already? Hello. On top of the 17 that have already run, so that's 38 drivers in total, which is not bad. The set times. There's a couple that obviously who couldn't make it. I thought so with Patrick. That's Avalon, who's had to fly back to Serbia for a personal issue. I thought so with you, buddy. Osman, there is a question mark on Osman because he's struggling kicking the pissed up rugby fans out of the pub at the moment. If you're watching, yeah, don't put me on the screen because it'll keep them entertained. Well, actually, put me on the screen and I'll anger an entire pub full of Welsh rugby fans. So much so that they go home and beat their wives. Or fuck their sheep. Either or. That's what the Welsh doing it. Come home from the pub, stick the sheep's back legs in the welly so it can't run away, and then go to town. Right. While I offend them, the irony is I'm on Wiggy taking the piss out of Welsh people, and Wiggy is actually Welsh. I do apologise, Wiggy. I didn't mean you. You're not like other Welsh people. Old man Jay. Was that part of the side of the road? Did they pull over and let him through? I think he might have done. Old man Jay sets a new record, 31.5 for him. So he's finding a little bit of time. That 31.5, that puts him just outside that top 10, nestled quite comfortably between Fubar and Hardwire, I believe. What's that, 31.575? Yeah, that puts him right between Hardwire and Fubar in 11th position at the moment. Or it won't be 11th because we're adding 6 people, but you know what I mean. So yeah, just in between those two. So currently that's a lobby 1 time as it stands. Wiggy and Stormfly there as well. With that, so Jay at the end of this session will find himself in lobby 1, but in the drop zone, in that danger zone, with the other drivers coming up, of course. So we're starting to see it take shape in terms of who's in what lobby, and I will post up before. So when this is finished, I will do the lobby pages, and I'll have them posted within about an hour of this finishing. It might not even take me that long because most of it's going to be copy and paste anyway. But yeah, I'll have them posted up once we're finished here. Look at me multitasking and shit like I know what I'm doing. How's about that then? Who's messaging me? Oh, I do need to get a replay from yesterday before I log off as well. I can't forget to do that. Actually, I need post-it notes, man. I need to set. I've got about 20 alarms set on my phone to remind me to do things, and half the things that I set them to remind me to do, I didn't do at the time. But I also haven't turned the fucking alarms off, so my phone just goes off at random times of the day with a little message to do something that I didn't even do. Oh no, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. As long as we haven't got very strict delivery rules. Mikkel, or is it Mikkel or Michael? We haven't got very strict delivery rules, but you just read through the rules and just check. You need to make sure you've got the window banner on at the top, essentially, and yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. There's not huge requirements for crazy amounts of delivery this time out. Yeah, we've all got better things to do than make deliveries, haven't we? Okay, was that a 30? I thought it was a sub 31 then for Jake. It wasn't. Stormfly still can't beat that 30.4. He can't. No one else. Only one driver so far has broken the 30.4 barrier, and that's Kevin, top of the pile at the moment. Wiggy edging ever closer to Stormfly's time with that 30.7 now. Edging ever closer. Jay, 31.5, currently sitting in lobby 1. Shredder, Bandit, and Canyon, all from Sin City Racing, have put themselves slap bang in the middle of lobby 2 at the moment. Mihao. Oh, I can pronounce that. Mihao. Funny enough, right? You're saying your name's pronounced Mihao. I got locked myself out the other day, and I looked for the letterbox, and the cat was there, and I said to the cat, "Let me in," and the cat said, "Meow." Sorry. Dad jokes for the win. Good solid time for you though. There though, Meow. It's yeah. You beat the reigning GT3 world champion. Yeah, you beat the GT3 world champion from our last series by a couple of tenths. So it's all getting very exciting. It's very close to the top. I'm going to bring up the timing sheet. So that's where we're sitting at the moment, and the top 10 separated by about 1.2 seconds. But I think by the time we have some of the faster guys at set times, I think that entire top lobby is going to be separated by probably a second at the most. Hunt for the handbag. I wasn't hunting for it. My daughter was hunting for it. It's not her handbag. It's Mummy's handbag. Oh, my bloody mouse has got a bloody mouse in. Hold the line, caller. I've got like 8 chargers dangling from this charger unit, and they all fit different things. The irony is there's only about 3 different ends to them. Right. Still hasn't got there. Still not finding that extra tenth that he needs. Does improve slightly. That's a 3.53. Is that good enough? It's not good enough, but it's darn close. Look at that. 130.353. That's really that's so close. So he's gonna have. Well, that's it. He's done. He's finished that session. That was pretty darn close though. Good start from him. Really good start from him. So Stormfly puts himself second, but doesn't quite put himself on the top of the pile. That's really good. Yeah. Yeah, I think where you are, I think you're pretty safe where you are now, Mihal. I think going again, you run the risk. Now you've got to bear in mind that in the final sessions, not this one coming up, the one after that, not only have we got some really quick guys, we've got 10 drivers in that final session, and there's some really quick guys in there. And I think you're taking a big risk. I think anybody currently sitting in that top 6. I think anyone with a 130, anyone sub 130, I think going again is risky. I'm not saying that you couldn't. Sorry, sub 131. Yeah, I'm not saying that you couldn't improve, but you're potentially gonna. You might not, is what I'm saying. You might not. It doesn't really matter too much. This is just to set your lobby, not your grid position. So don't worry too much about it as long as you're getting into lobby 1. But yeah, that was a really good lap from Stormfly from Black Flag. So he's the leading Black Flag driver at the moment. So this is how it looks at the end, pretty much at the end. We'll bring it up in a minute. But we've got HKRT at the top of the pile there. We've got Stormfly from Black Flag. He's second. Then we've got Meow, the privateer. He might not be a privateer for much longer, but he's that quick. He might find himself getting recruited by Black Flag or one of the other teams out here. So there we go. But yeah, good running from those guys. Awesome news. I did see Nuke jump into the room, and Nuke's not due until 9:30, I think. But anyway, it is what it is. Right, just waiting for everybody to finish. Who's still on a hot lap? I don't think anyone is on a hot lap. I think they're all done. I think you guys in the pits need to get out of the pits. I think that's what's holding us up. Yeah, I think the guys in the pits are... Yeah, because Stormfly is holding us up, because they're both... Stormfly and Canyon Altis. Out of the pits, dudes. It's you guys holding us up at the moment. I need to do chat, don't I? Leave bits. Yeah, Stormfly's got the message. Canyon Altis has not got the message yet. Leave the pits, dude. Leave the pits, leave the pits, leave the pits. You're still on the final lap, so it's not going to... There we go, it's done anyway. Right. Awesome. I nearly just shut down the lobby then without even doing this. So there we go. There you can see it. I don't need to read it to you. You can all read, can't you? Well, I hope so. Well, then, saying that, it's not always the case, is it? A little photograph on my phone. Well done, lads. Now, piss off. We've got some more coming in. Shut down that lobby. See, it's by far the easiest way to do this. To be fair, if they're the kind of times you're posted already, my friend, then I'll tell you what, you're... I don't know why am I doing that. You're... You've got some quick times to come. Success. Right. Room loaded. Got some more jumping in, then of course I'll go away and I'll do some more math. Love a bit of math. Not as much as I love crystal meth, but yeah, I do love a bit of math. Let's get me Pepsi open. Cold one inside me. Who are we waiting for? We're waiting for Cruentus, or Cookies are Cool, Captain Mills, Cyclone Dan, Tech Racing, and Demos. So 5 drivers we're waiting on. They have all friend requested me already, those guys, so I know that they're going to come. Well, I hope so. I haven't seen Jack or Captain Mills for a couple of days. I don't know if they're about. I saw Tech the other day. I know Tech's knocking about. And I know Cyclone Dan's knocking about. Nuke's in this one. Why is he coming in this one? Nuke is set to go later. He can go in this one. I suppose he can do this one if he wants to. Not a problem. If he wants to set a time here. Here's Tech. There's Cyclone. Crentis and Captain Mills. Where the bloody hell are you? And Demos as well. There's Demos. Let me chuck a message in the...
Oh my god, there's so many purses. Oh my god.
Of course it is. Nuke, of course. Yeah, of course it is. Sensible, to be fair, because your slot is pretty darn busy. Right, I'm going to send a quick... Actually, do you know what? I'm not waiting around for people that have forgotten what they're supposed to be doing. Those guys should know better. They're black flag drivers as well, so they should bloody know better. It's not like it's not been plastered all over the Discord for God knows how long. Right, just waiting for Demos to tick in, and we'll go cracking with the 3 that we have. I don't know if you may or may not have seen it on the Discord, the joke of being called Sir. Yeah, I got referred to as yesterday. It was quite funny. Right, Demos tick in. To be fair, it's not a huge problem for those two because they should be here really to set the example for set the times, but they would probably be lobby 3 drivers anyway, so it's not that big a deal. In fact, they will be lobby. They're similar pace to Captain Slow, so yeah, just waiting for Demos to tick in, and then we can get started. Demos, ticky ticky ticky. Come on, come on, come on. Give me something for the pain. Give me something for the blues. Right, there we go. Right, all done. Let's get cracking with another qualifying session, shall we? Sounds like fun. Oh, shit. Quentin, I've just seen his message. Mate, I've literally just seen your message. You have to jump into the last session, mate. I literally just saw your message on the chat. You should have said something in Discord. I can't be in 4 places at once. But there we go. Anyway, here's what it is. Sorry, Jack. Didn't see your message until just now. I was too busy doing other things. Right. We'll leave it. Newton, he's in the next one anyway, so it's too late for him. Right. We'll leave you with Tech. Oh, he's not left the big picture. Let's go. Let's leave you with Luke from Sector 7. There we go. And I will update from the previous lobby back soon. Nearly there, folks. It's just moving on to page 2, so it's getting a little bit more complicated. How are we doing? Tech Racing currently fastest man Alabi's up in that top echelons. It's pretty close, these guys, to be fair. I'll be back soon. Back shortly. I'm done it. I'm just uploading it now. Give me 2 seconds and it will be available for you. Sorry again, Jack. I've literally missed your message. I'll have a look and oh, hang on. I need both pages now. I don't know, both pages now. Bloody hell, 2 pages already on 2 pages. Right, so we've got this one here. We'll put in, that's going to be that one, and then we'll, yeah, I think that's right, yeah, and then in there, because this is page 2, there, right, let's look at what's going on. Let's have a look in the chat. Yeah, sorry Jack, if I'd seen it I would have I would have waited for you, but yeah, it should have been on time, bell end. Right, where are we at? So tech, 30.439. We'll see where that slots in a moment. That's Demos there for HKRT, 444 tenths of a second behind Tech. That's 130.8, so he's dipped into the sub 31s. Nuke, all right on the cusp of going sub 31 with a 31.0 for him. And Cyclone Dan with a 31.1, really close. This entire lobby, I mean, there's only 4 drivers in there, you could argue, but separated by 6 tenths of a second. So really close. This will make a good race, actually. There we go. Anyway, right, so the top of the, actually let's go from there. I know it says team, ignore that, I just haven't updated it yet. So there we go. So Captain Slow, Grand Grass and Canyon Altus dropped to page 2. They're still in lobby 2 as it, lobby 2 as it stands. But I think with 33s and 35s, I think these guys are going to be lobby 3 drivers all day long, because they're going to drop. Yeah, we've still got some drivers to come in, and we've got 9 or 10 drivers still to set time. But you're not interested in that one, are you? This is the one that you really want to see. Hang on. Boom. So still at the top of the tree. But with the gap, every single session, the gap has got smaller and smaller and smaller. But we're yet to see if anyone can finally put the squeeze on Kevin there. Kevin set that time in the very first lobby, and yeah, he's still there, man. HKRT's still there. So as it stands at the moment, HKRT top of the pile, Black Flag second. We've got Mihal, Privateer currently third, Bolival fourth, The Truth fifth. But Tech Racing, fastest man on the track at the moment, and that's a 30.439. That slots him right in between Mihal and Mihal. Oh, fucking idiot. Behind the new American dude and Bolival, knocking Truth down. So, I think you're safe, Truth, man. I think you're safe. Who's in the Lobby 1 danger zone? Hitcho, Hardwire, J, and Fubar, most certainly. They're the bottom 4. TJ is, at the moment, I'm still going to call it. I think TJ is going to be in 14th position. I think he's just going to hold on. Or is he? Hang on, I'm just looking at these guys here. Maybe he won't. No, I don't actually. I think TJ's in danger. As it stands, TJ is going to be 14th after this lobby. So I'm right, yeah. So all 4 of these guys will knock TJ out of that top 10. He'll be down in 14th. Hitcho, Hardwire, J, and Fubar will all drop down the order a little bit as well. So they'll be down in lobby 2. These guys will all, with their current times, sneak into lobby 1. How high up the list they go, I don't know, but we'll see. As it stands, the slowest of them, Cyclone Dan there with a 31.0, will be just behind, or just ahead of TJ in 13th. Nuke with his 30.9, that will put him just ahead of just ahead of Midas. He'll be down in, so he'll be in 12th. Midas will be in 11th. Midas's teammate Demos will be ahead of him, so that drops Midas down as well. Pavlos will stay there. Well, he'll move down a bit because Tech will slide in. So Tech will slide in. As it stands, he's done a 30.4. No, 30.439. So that's slotted in. So he'll be in 4th place between Bonnie, Val, and Michael. Coolio. What do we got? We got 1 second, guys. Right, yeah, so yeah, it is what it is. We're where we're at. It's starting to take shape. We are starting to see it take shape. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be less than a second separating the entire top lobby. I think we're going to have a similar situation further down, but yeah, it's pretty darn quick. Everyone at the moment. About 10 minutes to go here, and then we've got some big guns coming for the other lobby. Yeah, Willa just pointed out the top 8 are only half a second apart at the moment. Yeah, half a second separating the top 8. Well, 1 second separating the top 11 at the moment. Very, very tight. It's going to be an awesome season of racing. across all three lobbies. But I think lobby one's going to be special. It's going to be very special. Look how close these guys are in terms of pace. Back in a second. So, as it stands, everybody in this lobby now is sub 131, I think. Yeah, they must be, because Cyclone's just dropped into the 30.933. That is good enough to put him in 12th position. Nuke, I think, is going to be behind. Actually, I think Nuke's still in the 31s, but only just. Just trying to do the math. He's half a second behind Tech. Yeah, it's close. It's really close. In fact, that does move Normadas down to 13th place. So, yeah, these guys are slotting in quite nicely at the moment. Tech Racing hasn't improved significantly. He's got a 439, which at the moment is good enough to. He's still slotting in 4th position. Demos with that 30.6 he's just put in. That's a really quick lap last time out. Is he going to better that? Not this time. 30.6 though is good enough for to jump just ahead of Wiggy, between the Truth and Wiggy as it stands. So actually, the Truth, your time isn't stacking up to be that bad. Quite a few people have said that they felt they were going quicker in practice. You know, when you've got to put your big boy pants on, though, it gets very different, doesn't it? 30.7 there. That puts him firmly between Nav and Pavlos. We'll have a look. We've got it up there, haven't we? Yeah. I'm taking it off now anyway. There we go. Sorry, I left it up for too long, didn't I? Yeah. So that's how it stood. But yeah. So it's. I meant to turn it off before. I forgot. So Tech leads the way. with a 439. Yeah, I've taken them off now, mate. I've taken them off. I just realised I double pressed the button and left them on for some stupid reason. Yeah, there we go. So we've got a couple of minutes left. There's time for a couple more laps for these guys. Practice. What the fuck is practice? There's Sharky, typical Sharky. And they're all jumping in the lobby now. Of course, they're going to get kicked out when I open the next one, but it is what it is. Right, so that is Tech we're watching right now. We're going to see what his sector time is in a little bit. He's just going to go for a little twisty bit here, and then we'll see where he stacks up sector-wise, whether he's improved. We can see Demos is closing fast on Tech, actually, getting that gap down. So Demos, no slouch. We've got a, you know, we had a kind of 4-5 driver battle really for the championship in the GT3 series just before Christmas, and Tech was one of those drivers involved there. We've seen already, we've got several new drivers to chuck into that. It's going to be such close racing for the top lobby this time out. I don't think anyone's really going to run away with this. I thought I could call it yesterday. I thought I could call who's going to be it, but I haven't got. I genuinely, it's so close. Newton joined in the room. I don't know why. Joined in the room at the wrong time. It can be distracting for these people. The truth was saying that he found it quite distracting, people coming in and saying hello. Yeah, it's a bit stupid. These guys are practicing. These guys are trying to chuck in fast lap times, and you're coming in to say hello to them. Not the ideal time to be doing that. Tech is not able to improve that time out. That was quite a slow lap for him. Demos hasn't been able to recreate a sub 131 yet. Can he do it this lap? I think he was down there. Cyclone Dan, who's coming across the line. There we go. We've got Nuke there crossing that line. He is down a little bit on his fastest time. He's not going to improve this time out. Is there enough time for another lap for him? He does. Tech's got another one. Demos is going to get another one. He's crossed that line in time. He's a half second down on his fastest time. Cyclone Dan, he's not going to get another lap. This is his last one. Nuke cut it fine. He makes it across the line though. There he is, and so Nuke's going to get one last run. So everybody on their last lap. Demos is not going to be able to improve on that time. He's in a wall. You can't park that there, mate. No, you can't park that there. So here we go. So Tech Racing, last ditch effort. Can anybody knock Kevin off the top of this perch? He's been there since the first qualifying session, way back 2 hours ago. He went up there and no one's knocked him off that perch since. Tech Racing crossing the line, doesn't improve on his time, but he still gets a 30.4, which is pretty darn good. Demos is not going to be able to improve on that. What about Cyclone? He's on his final lap as well, just coming across that sector line. He is down on his time. He's not going to improve unless he can find something in this final sector. Nuke, he's going to come across the line. We've got some quick guys coming now, some really quick guys coming. He's up. He's not up enough. If he can get another 10th in this last sector, he can jump above Cyclone on this last qualifying lap. Has he got something here? Has he got anything here? Correntis wants to be my friend. Why is he only just friend requesting me now? We're literally in the same race team. What an absolute wank puffing. Jack, you're an absolute wank puffing. How are you not my friend already? Except, who else has asked for a friend request? Fewer requests. Sorry guys, one sec. Except Pickle Kai. See, that's why. That's why Pickle didn't do his run, because he didn't. I'm not being funny, guys. Why are you sending a friend request in the middle of fucking qualifying? You've literally had a week to send me a friend request. Yeah, I'm not making any apologies. If you leave it to the last minute, it's your fucking fault. Bell ends. Right, there we go. That's how it looks. Relatively simple. Tech Racing, 30.4. Still, Kevin sits atop the qualifying pile. The king of qualifying at the moment. You unadded me. You're a knob. You're a massive knob. Because I know we were friends. Yeah. How do you manage that? Stupid. Right. Moving swiftly on. Shutting this lobby down. Opening up a fresh lobby. Pickle Kai jump in this one if you're listening, and don't leave it to the last minute again. I'm multitasking, I'm doing lots of things. You're lucky I didn't even have it on Digital Server. I wouldn't have even known you did it at all. So, one final qualifying session to go. Did he make it back from work in time? That's the burning question. Hitcho wants to run again. Give me a second, let me reply to him. Load settings, that's what I wanted. Load, okay. I've got a bloody caps lock. Right, everyone's jumping in. I think Hitcho is going to try and come in. I think Pickle Kai will probably try and come in. If he's noticed, of course. Yeah, so the question is, has Osman made it back from working time to run here? Slipstream unable to run last minute. He's been waiting for a race somewhere else, and he picked this slot specifically for that race. And now that's running behind, and it's meant he can't get there for this, which is devastating for him, but pretty good news for many people, actually, because he was certainly going to be a Lobby 1 driver, so someone is going to get saved and get to stay in Lobby 1 because Slipstream couldn't make it. Just waiting for everyone. Hitcho is going to go again. So Hitcho's decided to run again. Bravery personified, that is. Right, so we've got... I'm checking the people in that have gone. So they went. Demos was in that one. Who else ran then as well? I can't remember. Oh, Nuke ran early, didn't he? So he jumped in an earlier lobby. I don't think he's going to go again. I'm pretty sure he's going to be happy with his time. Correntes we're waiting for. He's jumping into this lobby. Captain Mills was a no-show. He's not racing much this season anyway, Captain Mills, so I don't think he's too worried. Right, who are we waiting for? We've got Correntes. We've got Endorphin. Is he there? Endorphin is there indeed. Sharky we know is there. Mobile Ledge. Mobile Ledge is there. Kaizan. Who's SCR Kai? Don't know. Kaizan is there. Just to confuse matters, we've got Kaizan and Kai. Kaizan's Tyler, but Kenneth Knudsen is there. Another black flag driver, of course. Traff Moves. No Traff Moves, who signed in lastminute.com. Kurama is there as well. So we've got 8. We're going to give it. Well, who are we missing? So we're missing Slippy. We can't make it. Osmond didn't look like he made it back. Traff Moves hasn't made it back either. Is Kai going to do it? Kai, if you're going to do it now. Anyone from SCR on, tell Kai to jump in. If he wants to get his qualifying, he can do it in this one if he jumps in. And I'm posting in Discord because it is about I'm going to give him 2 minutes here. 2 mins. 2 mins. I don't know what his Discord name is. Is it Pickle Kai on Discord? Let me find him. Right, just messaged on Discord. He's got, well, I've given him 2 minutes. Yeah, we're, to be fair, we're actually not running that far behind. We're only 10 minutes behind. And bear in mind, we were running 5 minutes behind after the first one. I think we've caught up quite well with the flow. Is he on the chat down there? No, he's not. Is he coming? He was in, but he's left for some strange reason. Don't be fooled. You see that Karama there, the Leviathan Racing Crew driver, with a DR rating of E. He hasn't daily raced. He's not an E-rated driver. He is A+. We've got, yeah, there's some quality. There's some quality in this lobby. Is Pickle Kai coming back? Doesn't look like he is. We can't wait any longer. We need to get cracking. I've got shit to do. These guys have got shit to do. Right, everyone's ready up. We're going to go. It's his own fault. Start qualifying. There we go. His team can have it out with him as they wish. Okie dokie. Last qualifying session for this placement test for the GT Alphas International GT Challenge. What shouldn't take me long to update the table this time. I've already made the spaces for the people. So let's stay with Sharky from the Leviathan Racing Crew. I'm going to do the quick update back in a sec. That was easy enough to do. It's looking really, really good. Right, who's quickest so far? 30.7 for Knudsen. Looking good for Black Flag. Get in there, my son. Get in there. Right, just uploading these into the broadcast. Give me 2 seconds, guys. And then you can see what's occurring, can't you? There's that one. And we need page 2 as well, don't we? Of course we do. Download. There probably was a way I could have fit it on one page, but I wanted to make sure everyone could see everything, because I know a lot of you watch it from your phones. Okay, so that one, place that document in there. Place that one there. And put that one in there. There is slightly better broadcasting software for this kind of thing, but it's fucking expensive. And yeah, I'm not paying that. It's like a few £100. It's like 50 quid a month. It's just nuts. Anyway, I digress. That's how page 2 looks. 27 drivers on that on the in total of set out times. So the cut-off, of course, would be 28. So basically, as it stands, that's the cusp of lobby 2 is at 28. So I think we're gonna see, I think, pretty much everyone here. Now bear in mind, Hitcho, and we'll come to that in a minute. Hitcho's time from the previous one is invalid. Just want to point out, we're going to look at page 1 in a second. Let's do that now, in fact. As Sharky goes quick, and that is a new person at the top of the tree. Sharky with a 1:30.252 goes P1 in the placement test, and he's gone 1:30.132. He goes P1, then goes P1 again. That was phenomenal. Anyway, moving swiftly on. So that's the standings prior to this. As you can see there, that slots him in above Kevin into first position. Now, Hitcho there did a 1:31.2. We're going to keep an eye on this because Hitcho's decided to go again. He's abandoned that 1:31.2 to go again. As it stands, his quickest is a 1:31.4. Now, that would actually, he'd stay exactly where he is if that's his best time in this lap. So the gamble hasn't, I mean, it hasn't screwed him. So at the moment he's all right. He's safe. We'll see if it's paid off and he gains a place or two, because he's trying to get into lobby. He won't get into lobby. It's going to be hard to get into lobby 1 because, as it stands, where is the cut? The cut for the minute is 31.0. So 31.0 is the cut-off. And, okay, so 2 spots in lobby 1 have been taken. So that, so the cut-off now is 30.8. Yeah, 30.8 is that cut-off, because those 2 are quicker. As Mobile Edge facing in the wrong direction. There he is. Can't par there, mate. So at the moment, only Sharky and Knudsen have fought their way into lobby 1. As Tyler, oh, there's a 31. Ignore me. I got excited. Then I saw the I saw the 340, and I completely ignored the 1 in front of it. Karama with a 31.6. They're starting to tumble down. Right, so Sharky has gone 30.0. Are we going to see a sub 1 minute 30 lap from Sharky, from the Leviathan Racing crew? We knew this boy was going to be a force to be reckoned with, and he's already putting in blistering times. Newton there, that's a good solid time for Newton in that the GTR, in the 650S McLaren, 30.7. That puts him on firmly into lobby 1. Mobile Edge with 31.1. That slots him currently 31.1. Slots him in between, well, actually ahead of Hitcho. unless Hitcho needs to improve significantly. But cookies are cool with 31.2. Currently quicker than Hitcho is. So although Hitcho, in order to improve, he needs to go quicker than a 31.2. He's going to drop down anyway. If he can't do better than a 31.2, he's going to cost himself a couple of places here, I think, looking at the times around him, because a couple of drivers at the moment. So if Tyler doesn't go quicker than a 31.3, as Endorphin puts himself right up there with a really quick time. If let's say now that Tyler doesn't improve that 41.3, Hitcho will have actually sacrificed a position to Tyler by virtue of running again, because he dumped a faster time. That's assuming that he doesn't go quicker and Tyler doesn't either, and Tyler has just improved his time. Interesting, Batman. How are we all doing? I'm glad you're sticking with me. Right, well, Sharky gone sub. He hasn't gone sub 30 yet. Maybe I'm going to get that 129 lap I've been craving for 3 hours. There is Newton with 30.7. First lap out the back. You can whack that one in. Let's have a look down the bottom. Kurama, the French driver, really good driver. Kurama. He is sitting with that 31.6. Good bit of pace in that boy. Can he improve on that 31.6? 31.6 will be good enough for. Well, it won't. If you want, okay, it's quite simple. If you want lobby 1, you need to be sub 31. If you're not sub 31, you're not in lobby 1. And in fact, it may well be that sub 31 is not even enough. You may need to be. I think you're going to need to be sub 30.8. The way it's looking at the moment, you need to be sub 30.8 if you want to stay in lobby 1. That's how tight it is. Just to put that into perspective, if the cutoff for lobby 1 is 30.8, that's 0.8 of a second difference between the top 14 drivers. So looking at Sharky now, Sharky's time's that anomaly. He's a 30.0. It's a massive anomaly. 3 cents faster than Kevin. That is phenomenal. As a Hitcho still can't improve, and Kurama goes quicker. Hitcho is a victim of his own exuberance, but it is what it is. Sometimes you roll the dice, and sometimes you get a 6, and sometimes you don't. And at the moment, it's not working for Hitcho. And he's still got 15 minutes. He's still got 15 minutes left to be the driver. It's not all done and dusted yet. He just needs to try and find. He obviously feels that he's got more time in the car. He clearly feels he's got more time in the car, or he wouldn't have run again. So maybe there is something there for him. We will see. How perfect was that understeer sign just behind Hitcho's landing? Right. So let's have a quick look at the split. So 1 second, 30.0 to 31.0. So Sharky, currently the fastest man out there, to TJ. Now bear in mind, once we slot these guys in, there's another 8 people who will all pretty much slot in. There's about 6 of these I think will slot in there. Who we got? Who's quicker than 31.0 at the moment? 31.2, 31.1, 31.1. 30.7 for Tyler, so he's gone sub 31. So there's 3 drivers there. So essentially, the gap between first and 17th is 1 second. The gap between first and 20th is going to be somewhere like 1.5 seconds. That's phenomenal. If you think about how many times you go in a lobby, even in the daily racing lobbies, the gap between first and 16th is generally 3 or 4 seconds. And we're looking at a gap of 1.5 seconds between the 20 drivers. That's how fine these margins are. That's the difference between lobby 1 and lobby 2 in this series for GT Alphas. It's just such fine margins. This is where the promotion and relegation is going to be really important. If you've crept into lobby 1, you've got to then try and stay inside that top inside the top 10, really, top 11, because the bottom 3 will go down after each race. If you're in the bottom 3, you're down to lobby 2. It's simple as that. There's no well, I've performed really well in 100 races. It doesn't really matter. You've got to get it done on the day, and or relegation will ensue. Simple as that. The reward for a top 3 in lobby 2, that place in lobby 1, and the bonus points that come with it. And equally, it's the same for those in lobby 3. The reward for those in lobby 3, you finish in the top 3, promotion is yours. We haven't discussed what happens if we have a drop off in drivers and there is only 3 or 4 drivers in lobby 3. What's it going to do? If there is only 3 drivers in lobby 3, which I suppose it's very possible there could be a race where that happens. I'd like to think that we're not going to have that big a drop off. We didn't really have that big a drop off last series, but let's say for argument's sake that we do have that level of drop off and we end up with just 3 drivers in lobby 3. It would be incredibly unfair for those drivers in lobby 2 to be racing it out only to know that 3 drivers, all they've got to do is finish the race to get promoted. What we would do in that instance, we would probably increase the size of the lobbies from 14 to 15, or find a way to squeeze them in, or I don't know, or maybe just give them the bonus points for lobby 2 somehow. We'll come up with some sort of plan in order to make it so it's not unfair on the 3 guys from lobby 2 who are going to get busted down by virtue of we'll see what happens. It's one of those eventualities where you could literally plan for everything, but some of these things might never happen, so I'm not going to try and plan for everything. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. 30.0 is the hot lap of the day. Newton with a 30.6. That's going to be good enough to slot him in where? 30.6 will slot him in about 8th or 9th. No, top 10 just. I think 30.6 is top 10. 30.7, that's just outside the top 10. So at the moment, as it stands, Sharky, Newton and Tyler all into lobby 1. So they're all sneaking into lobby 1. Sharky kicked the door down and stomped into lobby 1. Newton and Tyler a little bit more serene and just kind of crept in over the broken door that Sharky kicked down. So that's some pace, man. But interesting to see there's 2 LRC drivers and a black flag driver currently in that top 3. Sector 7, unfortunately, so unfortunate for Slipstream that he couldn't get in and run his session just because of a clash. He knew there was going to be a potential clash anyway, which is why he booked that particular slot, and just something running late has absolutely screwed him over, and he's not been able to make it. And equally, the black flag driver, Osman, he's a good solid driver as well, is Osman. He got caught at work and couldn't get back in time for his slot either. Pickle Kai, don't know what's going on with Pickle Kai. He sent me a friend request far too late, I didn't see it. And when I did pick it up, he did jump in the room and then decided to leave again. He could have run in this session, so Pickle Kai will be starting in lobby 3. But let's be brutally honest, guys. Of the guys that have missed out, there isn't many that probably wouldn't have been. They may have been. I think the fight would have been probably would they have been, other than Slipstream, who may well have got himself into lobby 1 with a bit of pace. I think the rest of the guys that have missed out, and there are some that I haven't seen race. Obviously, I can't cast judgment on everybody, but I'd argue that most of the people that have missed out were probably going to be battling for a place in lobby 2 anyway. So it's not a huge loss, but it is what it is. So we're looking at Tyler at the moment. He's 30.6 as we're creeping now towards, and Sharky sets a new bloody record of a 30.031. And so darn close. 063031. He is 3/100ths of a second. 3/100ths of a second away from the dream at 129. Has Sharky got a 129 in him? Let's do it on board with this crazy fast guy and see. If you look at his throttle, he's hardly ever off of it, which is going to make a massive difference. Heading up the hill, Karama with a 31.0. That's an improvement for him. That puts him up 5th fastest in this session. Look at that, I mean, hardly anything off the throttle at all. Using all the road nice and wide. Back on the throttle again. This is looking pretty darn quick. How's he going to look when he goes across the timing line? You see just how much of the road he uses, and just maximises corner entry speed, corner exit speed. So absolutely everything out of this car. A little lift as he goes around there. He has to go so quick. He's over half a second down this time out. Hitcho, his gamble has not paid off. He is 2/10 down on the time that he ditched. Kicking himself is Hitcho, and he'll be kicking himself because Cookies Are Cool has put in a 31.247. Just want to have a quick look at what Hitcho's time was before. 2:41. So he would have been ahead of Cookies Are Cool with the time he had on the board. Everybody else had gone quicker than that anyway, so it's not that big a loss. But he's essentially lost one position there to Cookies Are Cool, or Crentus, however you want to do it. He needs to change that name. Cookies Are Cool is the sort of name you use for your PSN when you're 6. But Cookies Are Cool. He is right. They are cool, but yeah. So Hitcho loses one position, unless of course he can find 3 or 4 tenths of a second. I'm talking of 3 or 4 tenths. Sharky needs to find himself 300ths, just over 300ths of a second, and he can push himself into immortality with would be the only driver to go sub 130 in this placement test. Kevin for so long sat at the top, and he saw people getting closer and getting closer and closer and closer, but not making the jump and to the top of the tree. And then Sharky comes in and pretty much in the first couple of laps says thank you, and up he goes. How is he looking as he goes across the line here? Is that sub 30? He's gone sub 130. Sharky for the Leviathan Racing Crew is the only driver of the day to go sub 1 minute 30 with a 1:29.875. And I want you guys to think about just how quick, and think about the work that everybody's put in here. And essentially what he's doing is he's making that really small margin for the top lobby look ridiculous. It's utterly fantastic lap. So that is half a second quicker than anyone else has been today. Half a second. Let that sink in. Half a second. He's 8 tenths quicker than Newton is at the moment. He is half a second quicker than any other driver out there. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with this season. It's whether or not he can maintain it race after race after race. But what a phenomenal performance in this placement qualifying session in that McLaren 650S. So those of you that are questioning, was it? I myself believe there was a 29. It was just ridiculous, wasn't it? I believe there was a 29 in this car at this track with these drivers. I was surprised when people like Wiggy and Bonnie Val and Stormfly, those guys that are quick and chucking in those really hot laps. And the truth, I was really surprised that those guys didn't hit it. And then I got to say, I thought, well, it's just, if they're not getting it, it's just not there. And then Sharky comes in. Look, we knew he was going to be there or thereabouts, but that was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal lap. Nothing more you can say about that. At 1:29.8. Take a bow, my friend. Take a bow. Newton still in the sub 31s. He hasn't improved on that 30.6 as we hot foot it to the end of this qualifying session. Tyler Kaizan, he is just a 10th out from Newton, but that just goes to show the difference there. So these guys are all lobby 1. Tyler is 9 tenths slower than his teammate Sharky. I think Sharky's actually team principal for us, isn't he? So as far as I'm aware. Another 10th back to Mobile Ledge. He is a second slower than Sharky. He's in those 31s. So he's in the 30s. He will be in the 30s if he's second behind. He's in the 31s. He's in the 30s. Is that Sharky facing the wrong way? Who's that? That's Newton facing in the wrong direction. Needs to get that car back facing that way. Can't park out there, mate. Anyone else gone sub 31? No. Is the answer to that. So just the top four. Sub 31. Karama, the best of the rest with a 31.0. I don't think. Here's the kicker, right? Who would have thought that we're not having drivers like Karama and Endorphin haven't made Lobby 1? Yeah, it's 30.7 is the cutoff. By the looks of things, yeah, 30.7. So Tyler is in. Newton is in. I think Mobile Edge might not be in either, and he's gone sub 131. So, yeah, what a qualifying session this has been. Absolutely blowing my mind. I knew we were going to have some quick guys, but I genuinely didn't think it was going to be this hotly contested. And there are some surprises for me. There's some drivers that I would have had as a shoo-in for Lobby 1 drivers for race number 1. And, yeah, well, the pace has just been so strong. But that's the beauty of motor racing. And, of course, we've got the promotion and relegation system. So the beauty of that is that those drivers that haven't quite made the cut for Lobby 1 this time out are going to have a shot at it from race number 1. All they've got to do is finish in the top 3. That simple. You finish in the top 3 in Lobby 2 and you are promoted, my friend. Right, who's on their final lap? Sharky on his final lap. Newton also on his final lap. He's crazy quick, isn't he, Aaron? That's ridiculous, man. 29.8 is just absolutely nuts. And he's only like, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sure he's only like 17, 18 years old, Sharky. He's only a kid. He's quick, man. Tyler is on a lap as well. So Sharky's done. It didn't improve on that 29.8, but not many people can. Newton, he's going to cross the line any minute now, any second now, should I say. Has he improved? He has not. But 30.6 for him. Tyler hasn't improved. Mobile Edge, who's still on a hot lap. Karama there. Is he up? He's not. He's not going to beat that 31 lap that he did. Endorphin's done. Cookies are called it done. Hitcho, the big loser there. He gambled on his time, and he's actually lost a position. But them's the brakes, man. Them's the brakes. Right, I'm going to update this all. I'm not going to do this bit live because it's going to take me a little bit of a while. I can tell you that Sharky's top of the tree. I can tell you that Newton and Tyler have made Lobby 1. So let me tell you what I do know. So I do know that Lobby 1 has... so the cut-off is... Nuke is down into Lobby 2. So Pavlos, I think, hangs on. Does he? No, he doesn't. Pavlos doesn't hang on. So we lose to the top 10. The top 10 is safely... The current top 10 is safely in Lobby 1. So Cyclone Dan with that 30.7, that was the cutoff. They're safely in. And Sharky, Newton, and Tyler, and I think Mobile, Mobile Edge doesn't make it either. So Sharky, Newton, and Tyler are in, and Pavlos is still in. So it's Nuke that is out by 0.02 of a second. I will do the math properly in a minute. Mobile Edge doesn't make it. But we'll see. Well, I'll sort it all out and I'll post it up. It'll be up in about half an hour. You can find it on the Discord. It's been an amazing 3 hours. What a lap from Sharky. What an absolute stonking lap from Sharky. Thank you very much for joining me. We are back next week for the opening race of the season. We are in the Ferrari 458 at the iconic home of Ferrari, Monza. Same bat time, same bat channel. It's been emotional. Thank you very, very much, one and all.